My business generated $0 in savings for the first 4 years. I was incredibly stressed about money all the time. At that time, I had a new home. I was newly separated from a relationship. Everything was dependent on me. I was hustling my face off. And I just hit this come to Jesus moment. To give you a little bit of a backstory, I had been just surviving for about 40 years. Sure, I'd gotten into business for myself and I'd figured out how to make some money, but I the whole time just surviving. And so after this latest breakup, I was just humbled and desperate. Everyone else around me seemed to be fine. All my other friends, all my business owners were like, seemed to be doing fine. Businesses were humming, finances were organized. Blah. They were doing great. I was struggling. And so I had a conversation with a friend who recommended this particular book that I picked up, and I read it and something clicked. It was a combination of things where I heard the phrase total peace with money to you have to give up survival for this to work to this system. And everything in that moment started shifting. I just knew that this would be the moment that changed everything. And it just had to work because I couldn't live this way anymore. I had to choose something different. So it was either change my finances like from the inside out or literally end up in jail for tax evasion 10 years later. I'm not even kidding. When I sat down and looked at it, that was where I was going to be. It was one of the most confronting and humbling and scary moments of my adult life. Nothing like sitting down with yourself to illuminate the pain, to give you a perspective on what you're choosing right now. So I was on my own. I didn't have a network. I didn't have a net. And I had no guarantee that these choices would actually really change anything. But I spent the next 3 months actively reading and studying and putting my systems into place. And 3 years later, I had a totally different life. With my system, I became a generating river of money. My business increased 75%. My savings network increased by 200,000%. I'll tell you what I mean by network later. And my income grew 6 times. No bullshit. Not to mention, I had a peace and a confidence in myself that I had just literally never had. I finally got my finances to take care of me. This is possible for you, even if you've spent 50 years just surviving. And it's okay if you have nowhere to start. My tip: throw away money mindset, because if you could have gotten yourself to where you want to be with your mind, you would have done it by now, and race into a money stability system that gives you the tools and the transformation and the training you need to be the brilliance that you already are. That's where we're going. Jump into the waiting list if this is speaking to you.